that investigation started at a point where it uncovered other stuff.
Okay. But then that would mean by the 6th of February 2025, some or other investigation was ongoing that led into the investigation of these particular individuals insofar as their security clearances and vetting is concerned. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
It may very well have started somewhere. And those files exist in IDEC. Because I'll take it, it's on that basis that Advocate Johnson would authorize that now. And that is important because otherwise it would appear that on the basis of investigating one issue, then IDEC can run around inquiring into, in this case in SAPS, everybody's security clearances and vetting in circumstances where there is neither a referral complaint in terms of Section 7 or a specific authorization in terms of Section 28(1)A by the investigating director. You say that would never happen.
Chair, Commissioners, Council, the investigation.
Can I just finish? Because just to finish, because what I've just painted would be patently unlawful. IDEC can't decide to wake up in the morning and decide that it is going to inquire into security clearances and vetting of the various generals and brigadiers here in circumstances where it is lacking in a Section 27 affidavit or it doesn't have a written authorization in terms of Section 28. If you don't have those, that investigation would be patently unlawful unless it can be justified on another basis. And you saying that basis would be as you were busy investigating a robbery somewhere, I don't know how you would, but you come across General Lushaba and you say, I don't know, might as well look into his vetting kind of scenario. Am I getting the right picture here?
I'm with you, Councillor, Chair, Commissioners. You just don't go around and just investigate anybody for the purposes of investigation.
Absolutely.
We are investigating crime intelligence, right? Crime intelligence with the allegations made. During the course of those investigations, what you find, but there is another link to that investigation that's there that you have to look at, where criminality has taken place. During the course of it too as well, there are allegations. And those allegations, because it's a preliminary investigation, you have to eliminate. Is it there, is it not there?
Can I just
hope
say
that I
something?
answered
My difficulty, this is your starting point. This is your first subpoena to the National Commissioner. The allegations that are brought to you is that a civilian from BMW has been favored. It seems to me that the starting point would be, what was the advert? What did this role, what are the descriptions? What is the description of the role? Did it allow for civilians from outside to be appointed? If the answer is yes, then it doesn't matter whether the person is from BMW or Mercedes, because the requirements of the job said an outsider can be appointed. The advert said outsiders can apply. So the first leg of your complaint gets resolved. Then you look at what are the minimum requirements for the role? What is required of the applicants? It requires a B degree. Does the person have it, yes or no? What kind of B degree? Is it an engineering degree? Does the person have it? And you find that in the application for the job, yes or no? If they don't have it, there's a problem. If they have it, that box is ticked. Then you close that leg and you go into, was there anything untoward in the vetting? Then you approach it that way. The fact that the very first subpoena you sent to the National Commissioner, you are looking into security clearances of people from brigadier level to major general level to lieutenant general level. That's your starting point. Advocate Sillo started that the first subpoena, according to the record, is to BMW. The second subpoena is this one. immediately you ask for security clearances issued and all the other things. And then you justify that by saying, well, other investigations led you to this. That can be because you're starting in January. End of January, subpoena to BMW. Within 4 weeks of you being given this file, or at least you getting the A1, then you are already investigating security clearances of all the generals and brigadiers at every stage along their climb within SAPS.
Can I respond, Commissioner? Commissioner, I'm trying as hard as possible to get the message out, and I'm trying. The investigation with regards to the request for appointments, when I initially said, when we looked at this investigation, we looked at the allegations, and as we continued with the preliminary investigations, this came out as the capture of crime intelligence through various appointments. Now, I know you don't want me to go in that space, but I'm trying to get out there what I want to explain. So,
referring to the future capture, as you said yesterday, or past capture? I just need to be clear.
no,
Future capture,
no.
past
I'm going
capture.
Can I respond, sir? Thank you. When we come back to that future capture and the way it was put over yesterday, and when I'm given the opportunity to explain and quantify it, you'll understand, sir. So the thing about future capture or whenever, we'll put that to rest, sir. Definitely. Thank you, sir.
When you say here you were looking at capture of crime intelligence, is it past capture? Your answer to my question was you looking at this thing holistically, you're investigating crime intelligence, and you are looking at the capture of crime intelligence. That's when I came in and said, just to be clear, are you referring to past capture or future capture? So you said we must park the future capture issue. So am I to assume that looking at this document, what you were looking at was past capture of crime intelligence?
When we look at the documents and what has already happened, the people are appointed. There were some still to be appointed, and they're still acting, waiting to be appointed. So when we look at it, when you look at incidents of past capture or past appointment that took place, Mokwela was appointed. She was appointed in October, but she only took up her post because she had to put in notice in work, but she was appointed on the 1st of October. But the date of appointment will be a month later when she reported on duty. So when I talk about past and future, there are people that's already appointed. One of those appointments is a subject of the investigation. So people that are acting in the post where they are or they were going to be appointed. So that it's not already, when you're saying past and still future, it's those various things that happen and are still happening that we talk about the capture of crime intelligence.
Just so that I understand, are you saying these people at page 938 that are listed there, their security clearance and vetting files were required because they are implicated in a capture of we know one of them is Mokwele, and you are quite insistent that she was part of a scheme to capture to capture crime intelligence. We know you say General Khumalo was. So there are names there, and there's the panel, members of the panel, and Ngube. So we know all of those you've accused of being part of the plan to capture crime intelligence. But we have other names here that are appearing for the first time. You have 1.5, Ms. Sillo says that was a competitor for the position that Ms. Mokwele was finally appointed to. And then 1.7, it hasn't been said who that person is, but are you saying this information about them was requested because in your investigation, you came upon indicators that they are planning to capture crime intelligence if they haven't already.
Commissioner, there are allegations, and the allegations are only come forth to fact when we find that the processes have been manipulated. So
Say that again?
there were allegations.
Yes.
Our investigation led us to these allegations, to investigate these allegations.
And the,
So
allegation is what? What is the allegations?
Second.
What are the allegations about these people that are listed from 1.1 up to 1.7 that creates a basis for you to seek their files?
Appointments, vetting processes, that is it, the appointments and vetting processes of the people whom are alleged to have been unlawfully appointed, if I can put it, or irregularly placed in a place for, like as I explained it yesterday, in a position of where you have power, you know, and yeah.
Yeah, no, we've had that discussion.
Yes.
I think that discussion of
Yes.
yesterday, you know,
Yes,
you
yes.
do remember how it went.
Yes.
You're not answering my question. Ms. Silo read for you what Ms. Johnson says is the reason that she's asking for this information,
Yes.
right? And I know you remember it. Let me not remember.
937.
Yeah,
I think
937, it
the-
says it pertains to manipulation of security vetting processes. Now, her list in Annex B has got 7 people, and it requires their files from what looks like the beginning of their rise in the SAPS. From Brigadier, that's Khumalo. You say from Brigadier to Major General, and when he becomes Lieutenant General. You do the same with Lishaba. You say when he was Colonel, we want that file, when he's Brigadier, and when he's Major General.
Yes.
Madondo, you do the same. Up to the end, you do that. So my question is, and when I say you, I mean IDEC, and you're the witness, so you know something about
Understood.
this. You keep telling us that you are investigating a bigger scheme. Are you saying to us that this information required of these 7 people, it is because they have been identified in a complaint or in allegations or on some reasonable basis of the investigating director that they are involved in a scheme to capture crime intelligence, these people, these 7 people? Because if your answer is no, and I may be helping you with answering, but I think in fairness, I must say that to you, that if your answer is no, they haven't been identified, then we would have to say, well, Ms. Johnson says that it is because you're looking at manipulation of vetting processes, and there may well be a case of abuse of powers. Hence my question of wanting to know, has an allegation been made that these 7 people are involved in a scheme to capture crime intelligence? Is there such an allegation?
Can I respond?
Yes, you may.
When we say the persons are involved in the capture of crime intelligence, when I say the capture of crime intelligence is that the activities that are taking place there through the head of crime intelligence with the appointments, these appointments are strategic for the capture of crime intelligence. It's not to say that particular person they have got together and now they're going to go on the capture of crime intelligence. It's the way the appointments took place. Then the other thing, there were reasonable grounds to suspect that these people were involved in some of the allegations. So therefore, on reasonable grounds, these documents were requested to verify and eliminate.
Okay. So
And where positive stuff was found, we took action, and where
Yeah, I'm not at where you take action. I just want to understand what your testimony is about this.
I've answered it.
So I'm going to try one last time. Is there in the file, in that CIN file, or any other document, is there a complaint or an allegation, and please listen to how I express this very carefully. Is there an allegation or a complaint that says Major General Madondo is involved in a scheme to capture crime intelligence? Will we find such a complaint?
No,
Okay,
you
thank
won't
you.
find a complaint like that.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. So if I can,
I'm sorry,
Chair.
I'm sorry.
Yes, Chair.
Yeah. If you can't, forgive me if Ms. Silo has already asked this question because I remember you touching on section 28. But if we can't find such an allegation, and this not being a referral under 27, you would then have to look to section 28(1)A. Am I correct?
Yes,
For you to be able to investigate. Is that correct or not?
So, I can't say at the moment. 21A.
28(1)A, a small a this time.
If I may assist, Colonel,
Yes.
Colonel, please look to your screen. It's about to be projected. That is section 28 of the NPA Act.
Yes.
All right. That's what the chair would like to engage you on. It will be projected soon. I hope you can see from the screen close to you. Enlarge. Oh, I understand they are providing you with a copy of the NPA Act.
Yes, 21A, I understood. That's one. Trying to look for Ms. Mo. Thank you.
We are looking at 28(1)A.
I see.
I thought you'd look at the document in your hand. And that's what the chair wants to engage you on.
No.
So
No, I
I'm
understand.
saying because there may be a referral, but now the focus is on what was not in the referral.
Yes, sir.
And that came out quite clearly when Commissioner Baloyi was engaging you. You have agreed that we will not find this anywhere in the documentation that we have before us.
Yes.
Now, my question is, if it is not a section 27 referral,
Yes.
your next point of entry would have to be section 28(1)A.
21A.
Is that correct? Do you agree?
That's correct as I read it, sir.
Is that what happened here?
I wouldn't say I referred to 21A, but the way I
It would,
conducted.
it would not be you anyway. It would not be you anyway because it is the investigating director that must be satisfied that there is a reason to suspect. Yes, of course, that doesn't mean the investigating director would then have to investigate personally. She would be inundated if she were to try to do that.
Yeah.
But when it comes to you, would this have been on the basis of the satisfaction of the investigating director that there was reason to suspect? Was that the basis?
Of the further investigations,
Yes.
That's been
Let me call them the additional investigations.
additional investigations that came out of it. Sir, I wouldn't go to the 28. I just would go
Where
with
would
the
you go?
continuous,
Where would you go?
with the current investigation that's there, that we're conducting, and these other implicated persons come in. It's just, I will continue with the same investigation with that.
But where do you get the power to do that from? Because you are created by statute and you possess your powers as IDEC, not you personally.
Yes, sir.
You possess your powers in terms of statute. So where would you get this power from? If it's not a referral and if it's not in terms of section 28(1)A, what would your power be
So then I would revive,
as a functionary within IDEC?
yes, sir. As I say, that if I'm investigating something and it's related to this investigation that I'm conducting, let's say, for example, it's a process of I just want to just pose for an example.
You see, as you are thinking, I do understand the legal principle that when you have a power
Yes, sir.
to perform X, you also have the power to do something that is ancillary to X. So it's taken as being part of X. You are still basically exercising the same power. That I understand.
Yes, sir.
But I'm not so sure that going on to vetting and so on would be something ancillary to what had been referred in terms of Section 27. That I would not understand. So it's on that basis that I say, if it's not a 27 referral, then it would have to be on the basis of Section 28(1)(a).
Yes.
Do you follow me?
Yes, sir.
So I go back to my question, where would you get the power from then? Are you suggesting that this vetting issue is ancillary to what had been referred? And if you do, I will find that quite strange.
So, as you mentioned, Section 21(a), that the investigating director is empowered there. It would have to come down as an authority for us to investigate further.
Did you get that authority?
No, sir.
Then
I'm saying-
on what basis then in law did you do so?
In law, sir, look, you're investigating an allegation here, or you're investigating something that has taken place there, but further stuff coming, I will continue on the same basis. On the law part of it, it's there's a crime being committed, so I'm applying that to that specific thing. If there was a criminal offense committed there. Like, let me just jump on the box.
So are you basically saying, despite the provisions of Section 28(1)(a), you have a free hand to investigate whatever you come across, even if you have not been authorized in terms of Section 28(1)(a). And I'm talking authorized because that section does not refer to authorized. I'm saying that purely on the basis that I accept that there's no way that the investigating director can investigate everything herself.
Yes, sir.
So you are saying even without authorization, you come across something and it's not even ancillary to, for example, what had been referred, you have a free hand to investigate as you please. Is that what we are saying?
No, sir. It's
What
not
are you
about,
saying? What are you saying then?
It's not about a free hand to investigate everything and anything. We are in the same scenario or the same investigation of crime intelligence within there, where the allegations is falling within crime intelligence, and within that same investigations you are picking up similar stuff that is there, similar similar offenses that are there. We continue with it because it's still there. But if it's something else,
Let's
outside,
focus on the appointment of Ms. Mokwele. I don't see what's similar between that and investigating issues around vetting. I don't see the similarity.
So, like I said, there's the investigations of Mrs. Mokwele. And there are other investigations.
Let's focus on the appointment of Ms. Mokwele. I don't see what's similar between that and investigating issues around vetting. I don't see the similarity.
So, like I said, there's the investigations of Mrs. Mokwele. And there are other investigations related to other
Just show me the similarity between issues of vetting and the allegedly improper appointment of Ms. Mokwele. Where's the similarity?
Let me take you to another example, sir.
No. Let's just deal with this one,
Similar
please.
with Mrs. Mokwele.
Yeah.
If we find, for example, there's another brigadier, right, a person that's appointed and irregularly. Processes were manipulated. Appointments too were manipulated in the sense that there was corruption, there was fraud, there was misrepresentation. We will investigate that too as well. Whilst we're there, it's in the same component, it's in the same.
Colonel, when you said you were giving me an example, I refuse to accept that. You've gone to an example anyway. I'm saying, show me how the issue of the allegedly improper appointment of Ms. Mukwele is similar to the vetting issues that you then proceeded to investigate. Show me the similarity.
You have the appointment of Brigadier Mukwele. I'm trying to answer you, Chair. You have the appointment of Brigadier Mukwele. You have the allegations of the vetting process too as well within that she was a civilian and there was a certain process that followed that didn't follow the normal process. For example, she did not have a personnel number, but it is stated there that her vetting was captured on a system.
Does all of that then take you to vetting?
Yes, it's the vetting part.
And it's
Yes.
and the two are similar.
Yes, it's coupled together because your appointment goes through
all right,
vetting.
I'll leave it. Ms. Sildo.